right, we're going to go ahead and get started. It is great to see familiar faces. I know some people may be popping in at the last moment here, but I'm Selena Mills. I'm one of the education consultants with CTE. And today our goal is to really spend time with you talking about instructional design. So we wanted to start this session with a little bit of information that's common no matter what your zip code is, and explain those documents to you that we have on the website with your new instructional design. And then from there, we're going to enter some breakout rooms where you can talk to individual consultants by zip code and ask more specific questions. So to get started, I want to just walk you through what that instructional design, or what we're calling the SIP overview document, looks like, and what they have in common, and then where they're different. So the SIP overview document has 6 tabs, and this document is replacing the gap analysis for you that have been through this Perkins 5 Career Pathways grant process. So here you're going to see the names of those 6 tabs that are part of that document. And there are 4 of them that are individual to your zip code, so they're customized just for you. And then there's 2 that are standard no matter what zip code you're in. So these 2 that you see on your screen, I'm going to walk through, but they're going to be the same for everyone. So we're going to kind of walk through this tab by tab. Now, if you've already been to the website and you have one of these documents open, you can follow along. If you don't, I'm going to show you some screenshots of kind of what this looks like in generic form, so that you can follow along as well. And then when we enter those breakout rooms, if you don't have one open now, don't go searching. We'll just pull one up then and help you walk through your individual SIP overview. So that first tab that everyone has is the Perkins program overview. And this tab really has a nice overarching picture of the program as a whole. And then all of those approved credentials that are on the list so far are on it. So you'll see on the left-hand side of this particular tab that all of the PCCs are listed for you. And they're all color-coded the same across SIPs. So everyone's PCC-A is purple, everyone's PCC-B is blue. And that's done so that when we get into other tabs, we can color code those as well. Makes it a lot easier as a teacher or an administrator to kind of, in your head, know where something falls in that SIP. So from there, you'll see there are going to be columns for each credential. So some of our SIP overview documents have more columns than others, depending on how many credentials you have on the approved list. And then in that column, there's an alignment from the credential to that competency in PCC, so that you can see how it aligns. Now, this is done differently for every zip code. So in some cases, there's an X in the box. In some cases, there's actually some wording in there, or it's linked back to national standards or content areas. And then in other cases, there are particular parts of the credential that are listed. So your individual education consultant can kind of tell you how that's done and how it was approached by the grant group. And then to ease that transition from PCC to segment, you'll see a box on the right, or a column on the right, that's labeled, here it says current segment. Now when you see it, it's going to be called former segments, but it'll have the segment number and name there so that you can see how the segment that you were used to corresponds to those new competencies. So that was the first tab. The second tab really allows you to dig into those competencies a little bit deeper. And this is designed for teachers when they're looking at creating lesson plans, or you're aligning to different resources. And this tab strictly has those competency statements in it. And they're set up under different content areas. So again, each individual grant group did this a little bit differently. So in this case, what you're looking at are the health competencies, and they were set up according to national standards. But again, each one is a little bit different. So your education consultant will tell you how that was done. But you'll see them grouped into content areas. And then from there, you'll notice that some of them might be italicized. And we did that to alert you that there are some competencies that cross over into multiple content areas. So you're going to see those on this tab more than once. And then finally, there's a little code that follows each of them. This is the competency code. So this is how it's going to be recorded in CTE and in your instructional design. And this will help you at a glance be able to just take a peek at the competency and know based on the code which PCC it's recorded under. So in this case, this particular competency on your screen is competency labeled C1. That means it's in PCC C. Now your third tab is also a custom tab, and this tab is the segment to competency crosswalk. And it's going to help you look at what you were doing before and give you a big overview of how those competencies not only align to former segments, but also align to the standards that we still have in Michigan. So this tab is made to be sortable. It's the one that's probably the closest to the gap analysis, except that you're going to be able to sort all of these columns in a multitude of ways so that you can look at your current or former instructional design and make some intentional choices about what you do in the future. So I want to show you what this looks like just with some screenshots so that you have an idea. And then once you open this up, you'll really be able to play in it and mess around with it a little bit. So here what you see is this tab sorted by the segment column. So if you're really familiar with those segment numbers in your mind and you want to see how do these new competencies and how do the standards now line up now that they've been resorted, you could sort this by segment number and then look across and be able to see that. Now, you might also look at this as far as competency code and sort that way. So you might sort all of A1 or all of A2, and you'll see that these competencies sometimes align to multiple former segments. So this will give you an idea of how things have kind of been reshuffled. And then finally, you could also sort this according to standard. So if you were very familiar with the standards before, then you might want to sort by standard and look to the left to see how that lines up with what you were used to doing. And then also look to the right, and you'll be able to see some of those performance indicators that will let you know if a student really has met that standard and competency. And then finally, you can also sort this by PCC. So if you sort by PCC, again, you can look to the left, look to the right, and see how things have changed a little bit from the instructional design that you were used to. And then for those of you familiar with Excel, you know that you can also sort by multiple levels. So you don't just have to sort by one column, but you can look at it in a multitude of ways. So I know that was really quick and fast for that particular tab. So when we get into those breakout rooms, if you want to talk a little bit more about this with your education consultant, or if you want to talk a little bit more about this with your CTE administrator, they'll be able to help you look at this in several different ways and be able to use this tab more effectively. So those were the first three, and they're specific to your zip code. But now I want to talk about the next two in order, and the ones that are general to everyone's zip code. So that fourth tab is the Career Ready Practices tab. And the Career Ready Practices were previously a part of all of our zip codes and our curriculum. So they were present in the gap analysis most of the time at the bottom of that document. And these Career Ready Practices are really important to CTE, and they didn't go away. But when they were kind of encompassed within those competencies, it makes it a little bit difficult to see where they fit. And it makes it a little bit more difficult to align some of those things to some of the local initiatives that you already had. So for example, we have folks who sometimes use those Career Ready Practices to give employability grades and feedback. We have folks who are using those and then aligning them with regional certificates and credentials. And so to be able to do that, the CCDA took those Career Ready Practices for us. There's 12 of them, those standards, and then those performance indicators. And they created competencies out of those 12. So it takes on the same format that the rest of our curriculum does now. So you'll see those career ready practices, those 12 are there listed as standards. And then to the left, you'll see the 4 competencies that have been created from those. Now, this is a separate tab, but it is already integrated into your PCCs and competencies, but it's left this way also so that if you're doing something on a local level, you can still see these and be able to use them, and they're pulled out. So again, still part of what we're doing, but you're also able to see it separately. So these are the same for everyone. Then the 5th tab that we have is the instructional design example. And previously we had an instructional design that was either in a Word document or there was a new one released, I believe, last year that was in Excel. And now, because of PCCs and competencies, we thought it would be easiest for each of you to have your own customized instructional design, since everyone has a different number of competencies and a different structure to their PCC. So this 5th tab is just an example of what that could look like. It gives you some instructions and kind of tells you how to fill that out. So here you'll see there are some spots in the instructional design form that have been customized just for you. And then the amount of PCCs and the amount of competencies has also been customized for you. And then the part that you are going to fill out are in the columns to the right of that custom field. And those will reflect your local courses. Then we also have some instructions on there to tell you how to fill this out. So it will tell you what row you're going to put particular things in. And I'm going to flip backwards for just a minute for you, but if you notice in the instructions, they're numbered. And if you go back here, you'll see that those numbers correspond with the numbers in each of the cells. So it will help you fill that out. And then finally, you still do have the option for advanced coursework. So previously, if students had made it through all of the standards and segments, you were able to offer a segment Q for students. And that could be a credential, it could be dual enrollment classes, it could be some sort of advanced course beyond what was in our standards. And so you're still able to do that, but now for folks who have been through this Perkins 5 Career Pathways grant process, this will be called segment, or I'm sorry, I said segment. This will be called PCC-Z. And so you'll be able to, at the bottom of your instructional design form, fill out exactly what each of those are, and then you'll put that in your syllabus as well. So again, just to recap, there's 6 tabs in this document. And when you look at it, likely you're only going to see 5, and you're going to have to tab over to see that 6th instructional design form that's blank and ready for you to fill out. So there are 4, those 4 tabs, this is the order that they go in, that are customized just for you and for your zip code. And then there's 2 that are the same for every zip code in every program. So to find this, you're going to go to our website and you'll click on CTE instructional programs. And when you click there, you'll be able to click on a link that is instructional resources by career cluster. And that takes you to the page that you can see on your screen. And from there, you're going to click on your career cluster, and all of the tip sheets, the SIP overview, and any other resources that you need are linked there for you by cluster. And we left you a link for this, so when you get this PowerPoint later, you can always just link to that as well. So we're not quite ready to break out yet, but when we do, these are the breakout rooms that you're going to be looking for. So they will pop up on your screen and you'll be able to choose a breakout room. If you can't find your breakout room or you're having trouble choosing, throw something in the chat if you would, and our partners at Edge will help you to do that. And then really quickly, before we hop into that breakout room, I do just want to show you that if you have a question and you don't know who your particular consultant is, especially since today we're doing some double duty and helping each other out in these breakout rooms, this is the link that you'll be able to use to find that consultant for questions later. So with that, we're going to head into our breakout rooms and we'll come back with just a couple minutes to go and wrap things up.
Selena, you do have a question. Where is aviation?
Oh, thank you. Oh, sorry. Aviation is actually not in this yet because we haven't rolled everything out, so we don't have those specific documents. But if you are an aviation person or perhaps hospitality, you can hop into any one of these rooms if you'd like. And then that way you'll get a sense of kind of what the actual filled out documents look like. And you might be able to ask some questions that way. I would say probably the best place for aviation to go would be auto and business or construction and electrical. So, but it's completely up to you.
I was thinking more you, Selena, being that you've been dealing with Susan and I.
No problem. You can come to my breakout room too. I will welcome you with open arms. So, all right, if you haven't chosen a breakout room, go ahead and hop in and we'll meet you there.
Sure. So when we're reporting, going to be reporting credentials, so like the CNA, we've got kids that graduate from high school in June, and then they sit for the CNA at the end of June. Are we going to still capture that data and report them, or do they have to have the credential prior to graduation? I just wanted to clarify that because I've heard a couple of different answers.
It's actually prior to the August 31st of the year they graduate.
Okay, so if they graduate in June and they earn the credential, say July, we still report that credential for that student that graduated in June. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes, that's correct.
I appreciate that.
Hello, I see a couple more people have joined back into the main session. We don't really have an agenda for following up, but if you had any last minute questions, you're welcome to ask them. And some of the sessions and Q&As go longer in some of the rooms than others, but if there's anything else or any last minute thoughts or questions, we can answer them here.
I have a quick question.
Sure, go ahead.
Obviously in our day and age, Zooms are great, but do you guys foresee any possibility of having more of a in-person trainings moving forward, or are we still going to kind of continue with these Zooms? Both for instructor / teacher and on the administrative side.
Yeah, I guess I mean, we would definitely prefer to have sessions in person. I know that we did have a couple sessions at our summer leadership conference, that we're going to have some sessions at our fall update and also at the career education conference in January. So we are also looking for other local events for other PD opportunities. So we are looking to get the word out in any way that we can. In addition, we are sending a credential readiness survey out on Friday to anyone who participated in all of the TA sessions that have happened since April, to help us understand, what the needs are for additional technical assistance and support and resources for implementing the new credentials.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
is that actually, is it Cal? Oh, Kathy. Hello, everybody. It looks like we only have a couple of people that aren't state staff in here. Do you have, for the couple of you that aren't, do you have any other questions? Otherwise, you don't feel like you have to stay here. You can, pop out and,
I don't have any further questions. I think the ones I had were answered, and the documents that were shared today. Thank you, Michelle. They're very helpful.
Thank you. That other person just stopped right on out. So, okay, everybody on my side of the staff.
Selena hasn't came back. Has Selena came back yet?
No, there's 2 rooms that are still going.
Okay. Well, I will leave it up to all of you to maintain this room for the next 6 minutes. I think that I'm gonna hop off between now and then. And so I sat in on the overall one, and then I sat in on Mr. Knight's. And so it was good. So, okay, thank you, everybody. Each day, each event, this all gets better. And so we're excited, and we'll move forward. And this time next year to feel like old hat.
Sounds good. Yeah, when we've had the breakout sessions before, sometimes people come back to the room and have additional questions, and sometimes they don't. So the rest of us just kind of sit here and hang out just in case there is another question. Or
We did have that question that I answered, but I couldn't find the documentation for.
yes, and that was, and I think he was going to send an email to that one. Is if well, it looks like
Right, I
some more
asked.
people are coming back. See if Selena or someone from the data team is on. For those of you that just came back to the main session, we don't really have an agenda for coming back together at the end, but if you had any last minute questions, feel free to go ahead and ask them. We still have one of our rooms is still in session, and then we have other rooms that came back earlier and already have locked off. So
All rooms are officially closed.
oh, okay. Oh, there's Selena. We do have one question for Selena.
Oh, sure.
You want to ask her, Lee?
Selena, this is Lee. How are you doing?
Hello.
I had a question in my group that I answered, but we couldn't find the documentation to show them.
Okay.
It is what is a concentrator and a completer, and what I had said, maybe let's double check. A concentrator is 2 PCCs. A completer is 3 PCCs, or 2 PCCs and a credential.
So the easiest way for you to think about this again is like Lee's saying around PCCs. So that concentrator is 2. Now what he's saying about 3 might apply to construction and electrical because of the way that they're set up. But for those of you with more PCCs, a completer is someone who has completed all the competencies. So like if you were in my COS group, we've got 8. So there's a few more for us, but there is a document that we can link for you. And I believe, Michelle, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's linked in all of the tip sheets as well.
Well, the one that talks about completer and concentrator actually doesn't get into that specifically. And that's why we actually thought maybe we had to, make sure that we explain that in a memo or in some kind of formal way.
Sounds good. So then we'll note that, and we'll make sure that we put that into something that's formally out there for you. So, so that you all have it. Thank you, Lee and Michelle, for bringing that to us. These are the kind of things that we so appreciate from all of you, because they tell us how we can improve and how we can make things more clear. So I know I was telling my group, if there's something that you have questions about, if there's something that's working well or not as the year goes by, if you'd reach out to your ed consultant and let them know, we definitely want to make this process easier for the next folks who come through, and we want to make the process better for you. So, so we will continue to make improvements and help you however we can. And I'm just gonna peek, are there any more
I
questions or
think
anything?
Karen is talking, but I can't, she's muted. Karen Chafee, she's muted.
Thank you very much. Okay, Candace, you mentioned something about the ACA that the mentor has to have if we're going to list them. What is that? What's an ACA?
I can't hear Karen. I just very, very lightly, I can hear your voice, but I can't.
What is
What?
Can you type it in the chat? It has to do with the ACA, she said.
You might want to put it in the chat real quick if you can.
I think she is unsure what the ACA is.
The ACA is an annual career authorization. Any person with a teaching certificate qualifies for an annual career authorization. So it's just, we have an issue in education where work-based learning is concerned. Work-based learning coordinators cannot oversee a student's work-based learning and have it be reportable as a standalone work-based learning course unless they have an ACA. Otherwise, it becomes an in-district placement, and in-district placements are not allowed by pupil accounting. I'm tripping over all my words today. But ed teachers, if you want to stay on, I can help you with some specific questions once this is done.
All right, are there any other questions for the whole group? Well, all right, then we'll let the rest of you go and enjoy your afternoon. Thanks for spending a little time with us. And if there are those education teachers that want to touch base with Candace, we'll let you do that.
That's super. Thank you, Selena. Thank you, everybody. Cheerio.